to your left. Hey everybody, welcome to Q&A Monday. Oh, it rhymes. Didn't even know it was going to happen. I'm just a natural. Okay, gonna pop the comments are up. Are we awake yet, Renata?
Yes, we are.
Everyone, I'm Anne Renata. I own Ozparatech, Australia's largest online paranormal equipment store, which actually has some equipment in it at the moment. Woohoo! And Renata.
And I'm Renata Daniel from the multi-award-winning Newcastle Ghost Tours.
And thank you for joining us this evening, post-Halloween, as you do. We're still a bit...
How's your father?
That's one way of putting it. So what did you all get up to on the Halloween weekend? Where did you go?
Post your photos. We'd love to see your
Hi,
photos.
Joe, Angela, Julie, Jody, Kira Lee, and Craig. Thanks, our token bloke.
Yeah, have a look at, post your photos from Halloween.
I haven't even got my hair done.
If you did something special and you got dressed up, hi Karen, hi Maya, post your photos. We've had
Not that we can see them on the comments, but we'll look at them later.
We had a huge weekend.
Yes, we did, didn't we?
Absolutely huge.
Just a little.
But the feedback has been really great. We've had lots of people telling us that they had multiple experiences at some of our events. So we did 3 tours at Maitland Jail, one on Friday night and 2 back-to-back on Saturday night. And they were pretty awesome. Oh, sorry.
Don't you be yawning. It's too early.
Swallowed a yawn. I ate that one. Hi Susan, hi Kayla.
Sometimes you just got to swallow it, don't you, Renata?
No, I wouldn't know anymore.
Oh.
Doesn't happen once you've had prostate cancer. Anyway.
Oh, what? Oh my God, that was your outside voice, Renata. That was something that probably shouldn't have been aired.
No, well,
Facebook.
this is something that's just normal.
We're honest and open about our lives.
Blokes had prostate cancer. That's the end of that.
Yeah, and then we won't even talk about what's happening to you tomorrow.
End of story. What's happening to me tomorrow?
You've forgotten already? That's good. I won't traumatise you again. Oh boy. Thank you, Jody. Who listened to the podcast? You buggers.
There's been a few people that have been listening to True Hauntings. Yeah, and I know we're flogging this, but
we
love it, and we need to. We need to get you all excited about our new podcast, which went live on Halloween on Saturday, and we've had some great responses.
Wow, and the comments that have been coming through. Our friend Connor, who helped put it together, that's Human Labs, sort of did all the soundscape. Did you like the soundscape with the sound effects as we're telling the story of the haunting, and then every now and then some little sounds creep up in the podcast? I thought it was just enough so it wasn't annoying.
Thank you, Christy. Christy is posting the links. So there is a link on Spotify, and there is also a link on iTunes. If you go onto iTunes, you can actually rate and review us, which we so hope that you do, because we went from number 54 on the chart up to number 36.
And that's not bad for the first one out.
Yeah.
We'd
love to crack the 20s.
Yeah.
That would be so good.
So, Xena Warrior Housewife, absolutely fantastic. Thank you for such a well-versed and documented podcast. Can't wait for the next one. And Juicy, J-U-Z-Z-Y, 02019, fascinating story. I found this quite fascinating. I've seen the mentioned movie, many movies covering the story. Quite terrifying events occurred. Thanks for sharing the story on this podcast. I look forward to hearing more in the future. And there's some here which are
tiny
print. Thanks, Connor. Ticketek Joe.
We know who that is.
We know that. Anne and Renata, 2 seasoned Australian paranormal investigators, are off to a spooktacular start in their first episode of True Hauntings, their first professionally produced podcast, never jumping to an immediate conclusion of paranormal activity. Anne and Renata go in search of the truth behind the urban legend of the Amityville horror house in episode 1. Delivered by a duo with a true passion for what they do, a wealth of knowledge to share, and with a touch of humour, this podcast was fascinating listening. I'd highly recommend this podcast and looking forward to the future episodes. Evanescence 2012, well done ladies, you guys did a great job. Great first episode, very informative, and like everyone else I've seen the movies, a lot of the information that they told us I'd never heard before, so some very interesting facts about the Amityville horror story. Again, great ladies to listen to and watch on their Facebook page. Thank you so much. We won't go on any more about True Hauntings, but if you haven't listened to it yet, please do. And if you do have an iPhone or an Apple product, you can rate us on iTunes. But just subscribe otherwise to whatever else, Spotify or whatever it is that you...
Yeah, there's probably about 40 hours of research in that between us, I reckon.
It was a big...
So and the more you dig, the more you find out. And this is what we're finding out with the one that we're moving into next, which is a local... When I say local, it's in Australia. A local one. And the more you dig, the more interesting things start to come out.
Thanks, Kaz.
The truth starts to be uncovered.
Hi, Jose.
And the truth is always stranger than fiction. So they say.
Yes. And we were on TV on Saturday morning.
We were.
Female ghost hunters.
Yeah.
I don't understand why. Are we a novelty?
We must be. We must be. Ladies, hands up, all of those that are on here that are female. Ghost
or
hunters,
identify as female.
Because, we must be some rare breed.
Well,
I think there's more of us than the males, actually.
The nominations for something called something or other awards? I didn't actually know what it was. We didn't know about it. Otherwise, we would have asked people to vote for us. But never mind. I'm blunt. But there is several Australians represented in the nominations, and they're all females. Every single one of them. Haunted Horizons. That's Alison and her sidekick Keg. Living Life in the Full Spectrum, which is Sarah Chimachero, and Amy's Crypt, Amy. So, it's not that much of a novelty, but thank you for... Maybe they were just confused that I wasn't female. I mean, these normally give it away, but...
We must be some sort of rare breed.
Oh, thanks, Jose. Jose watched us on Channel 7.
All of the 4 minutes that we were on.
Oh, thank you, Luke. Thank you. All right, so what are we up to? Yes, and Valerie, you are absolutely spot on. I've just learned reviews don't show up immediately. You leave them. It takes a day or two to show up. So, yes, we are aware about that. And as a thank you for anyone who has left a review by next Saturday, we are going to draw a prize. Well, we might have to do it on Monday to give those reviews a chance to come through. And we'll give a bit of a prize away to the people who are able to leave those reviews. We can't do anything about Spotify, guys. I'm sorry, and the other ones, but we're just really encouraging people to get those reviews out for Spotify, iTunes, whatever it is. Anyway, shut up about the true hauntings. What questions have we got? We got any questions tonight? No. Okay. Thanks, everyone. Hey, we actually had somebody get marked on Friday night at Maitland Jail on a pre-Halloween tour. He was saying that he felt like he'd been stabbed in this area here and it was painful, and then he said he felt like he had a burning heavy weightness on top of what I like to call the hump area, just here. And he let me lift up his shirt. and take photos. And sure enough, exactly where he said he felt that stabbing pain, there was a red mark that was around about that big, and across the hump area, it almost looked like somebody had smacked their hand onto him. So that was really cool. Jose would like more titties. Okay. I'll let Renata do that one for you.
Oh, you're so naughty, Jose. What will we do without you?
Jodie just said I checked out the webpage link. Yes, we do have a webpage now, anneandrenata.com. And you can see a lot of the links for our shows that we have been on TV for on there. I'm not sure if the one we did on Saturday is up yet. We're still waiting to get that link.
No.
All right, what have we got here? Not sure if I can ask about my son. Has flashlight going on and off and pictures falling off the wall, as well as doors falling from the hinges, things moving on the kitchen bench, but now he can't sleep and thinks about death. He has opened a spirit board. Judith, thank you so much for your question this evening. Sounds like you've got a lot going on there, and he is starting to worry about things.
So, Judith, if you can tell us his age, because that's really, really important, and tell us how long he has been interested in all of this. Has this sort of just happened out of the blue? And is he suffering from depression? Because that is one of the first things that comes up when I look at what you have written, and you're saying that he can't sleep and he thinks about death. One of the things that we look at is sleep deprivation and what that does to the brain, and it does send us to very dark places. It's also when sleep paralysis can occur, when people are lacking sleep and are overstressed and anxious. So that's the next step if he hasn't already had sleep paralysis, where he will feel as though he is being held down on the bed and that there is pressure or stress on his chest area, and that things are coming towards him. So we have to be very, very careful that we don't associate everything straight away with something that is paranormal, but we actually look for what might be a medical thing first and foremost. Now, if things are done and tests are conducted where he is said to be fine and everything is fine, then we can go ahead and have a look at what else might be going on. Just because he's opened a spirit board doesn't mean that a demon has jumped out of it and is taking him over. It depends on whether he believes that that has been happening, or that is in the process of happening, because his belief in it will allow it to occur. Whatever you believe in happens. That's the end of the story. So you have to be careful how you use your brain. You have to be careful at what you think about, and you have to be careful to stay away from those things that take you to those dark places. But not sleeping, thinking about death are red flags. And Judith, don't just sit there. Not that I'm saying you are, because I don't know. He's suffering from mental illness and wants to kill himself. Yeah. So all of these things are just making things even worse, my darling. Take the spirit board away, lighten his room, take away everything that you can that is sort of in that dark, horrible place at this stage, and get him into exercise and outdoors, and get him into thinking about things and being associated with things that are active and very
very much in his own head at the moment, and not grounded in the present and in the now. Does he also like to watch a lot of the horror films and the scary films? That can also see, it's not the spirit board that's the problem. That's just a focus for him.
Whatever's happening is going on inside his head.
It will be the creation that he is creating in his mind. Did you tell us how old he was? I'm not sure if I saw that there.
No.
He's 26.
Okay.
Also screams at night in his sleep. The cat stares at a blank wall. Cats do that because cats can have much better eyesight. Now, we're not dismissing things as not being paranormal. We just have to assume first that there are explanations before we jump to paranormal. TV jumps to paranormal too quick. Please know that animals, particularly cats and dogs, have incredible vision, way better vision than us, particularly the cats, and will be staring something minute on the wall, a little tiny itty bitty fly or fruit fly or something, and they'll be looking like they're looking at something, and we can't see it with our eyes, but it's generally there.
And you're kind of, there's a few things there that are just, yeah, some of those things that
Cool. Oh, he's in
Lisa's
the
girlfriend
army.
is very active in the army. No horror films. It could be quite cyclical that he's going through this, and it could be just one of those dips in his mood, or a mood swing. Judith, the most important thing is to keep an eye on how he is thinking, and not to treat how he feels about the whole death situation lightly. That is something that really has to be addressed. And he needs maybe some counselling or some motivation to get him out of that thought cycle, because it can become quite a huge cycle that then is very hard on a mind level to get out of. And we can create our own energy forms, our own energy thought forms that become very overwhelming. So this is why it's really important, Judith, that he keeps on top of how he processes his daily life and what he's thinking about. Why did he use a spirit board in the first place? What was he trying to achieve with that? That's an interesting question that I would like to ask you if you know.
And as for the other things that are going on, that could be, it could be a spirit, with the flashlights going on and off. Maybe not so much. The pictures falling off the wall, doors falling from the hinges. What's the state of your house? Is it in good repair, or are there a few issues throughout the house? And maybe it's a family member trying to get your attention to say, hey, he needs help. So,
True.
all right, let's get on to Justin. Have you ever witnessed a paranormal possession, someone being taken over by an entity?
We've had some gentle circumstances where there's been like a slight takeover.
I've seen someone disappear completely, and that's that one I was telling you about the other week. I didn't actually see it happen. I don't know whether it was him becoming possessed by something, or whether he may have fallen and hurt himself, even though I couldn't see any signs of anything. But we were at this location, and he sort of stumbled out. He'd been outside, stumbled across, and was looking blankly, and his eyes just were blank. There was no recognition. He was covered in grass from, obviously he had been on the ground at some stage or other. He'd lost the equipment that was in his hands. It wasn't far from where we were. And I did the whole fist into here, which hurts like buggery, but that gets your mind to come back to focus on the pain. And so took both his hands and kept calling his name to bring him back, and saying, you do not have permission to do this, get off him. This was very early in my career, and he has no recollection of what happened. He did have a video camera with him that he was using at the time, and he refuses to look at the footage. We suggested that he go and seek medical help to make sure there wasn't some sort of medical thing, and it did take him a while to get over that. He didn't recover until he said he went to someone and had something removed from him. So whether that was the process he needed to go through to feel healed, I don't know. But yeah, every now and then you'll see someone they sort of lose focus, and they start to drop, and you call their names and they're not there with you, and that's where you've got to very quickly take action and get them to come back to themselves. Nick, it's not tarot night tonight, my darling. We're asking questions about the paranormal world. Cat balls, you can buy them on eBay. I do have some, but I wasn't going to put them up on the website because a lot of them arrived, they'd already been flashing, had gone flat, and I do have some good ones, but I like my cat balls. Karen, send me a message. Just send me a private message and I'll see what I can do for you. He got shivved, that's right, and he's watching. Hot hand, yeah. Sorry, scrolling, just chat.
Oh, from Arizona.
Oh, hi, Joe.
Hello, Joe.
Thanks good luck. I hope America
Fingers crossed.
gets what it needs to help it heal. That's all I can say is I hope America gets what it needs to help it heal, because at the moment it's not in a good place. Hi, Jason.
Also a big shout out.
Again.
A big shout out to our friend Patrick Keller, who has the Big Seance podcast in America. And I'm saying that because he offered a spot on his page for our podcast to go on. So if you are after a great podcast, then also check out the Big Seance podcast by Patrick Keller. He has the best guests and he is a super cool dude.
He is. He's so sweet.
Yeah.
Also, the Believe podcast. We're going to be on that soon, and we had a great chat to Cade. He has all sorts of things, Bigfoot and UFOs and paranormal. So, yeah. All right, what have we got here? Lorraine, I hope you're feeling better, my darling. I'm so sad we didn't get to finally lay eyes on you. I don't think she exists.
No, it's all a figment of our imagination.
Yeah. I don't have a cat, but my neighbour's cat visits us every day. She gets messages and snacks and treats. You will never get rid of that cat. She is well loved by her owners and us, and she is very intuitive. She knew I was sick. She's not a cuddly cat, not a lap cat, but she jumped up on my lap, placed her little paws on my chest, and massaged my chest. It was so beautiful.
That's lovely.
Cat, I'm
Very
so
nice.
Sorry. And Judith was saying that her son was trying to contact grandmother. So maybe it's grandma that's rattling around in there saying he needs help. Yeah. And thank you. A friend bought it for me. You got a matching one, haven't you?
Yes, I do. Somewhere in amongst my 50. You know the problem with having black t-shirts and lots of black t-shirts? You can't ever find the one you really want to wear. Because they're all black. And if you have dogs, then every single hair comes up on black t-shirts.
Good question, Lorraine. Again, what does it mean when somebody gets really hot and feels a bit sick in the tummy when they have been on a ghost hunt? Depends on your age. It could be a hot flush.
Could be a bad curry. Never eat takeaway before you come.
Christy's gone menopause. She works with us. She understands. Hot. We had a moment earlier. Hot. Aircon. Jackets off.
But it can be an overwhelming sense or feeling of spirit. It depends. Some people will get hot and have like that flip in the stomach, as if their stomach is flipped over. That can happen that way. Some people get this rush of cold. So different people experience different things, but it can be a connection with spirit. The best way to work out whether it is one or the other is step out of the environment that you're in and see if you are still feeling hot and sick, whether that goes away. If it does, step back in, see if it comes back again. Sometimes it does because it is part of that particular place in the site that you are in that's holding that memory. And so if you walk in there, you will feel it over and over again. May not necessarily follow you out or be anywhere else.
I have another theory as well. As we used to think earlier on that going ghost hunting made your tummy rumble and made you feel a little bit unwell. And what it actually was is because you're with a group of people, you're not farting as much as you normally would. You hold it in, and it makes everything. I did a really gurgly one the other day. It sounded like an old lady's fart. It went like, and it was just my tummy gurgling and didn't actually come out. But it does happen.
One young lady said on the tour on Saturday night that exactly that. She said, "Oh, someone told me that when you go and do ghost investigations, you tend to burp and fart a lot." And I went, "Who told you that?"
No, you normally do burp and fart, but you're in your own home and you're not even worrying about it, or you go to the bathroom and let loose. But when you're on a tour for 2 hours, you have to, well, some people hold it in. We haven't had farters for a while. They've been very quiet. We used to have a run there where on every tour somebody would rip one, and they were proud. They were loud and proud.
No.
What is the scariest thing you've ever investigated? Scariest case?
We've been asked that a couple
Yeah,
of
no,
times.
I mentioned this one last week, and that was the gentleman who believed he had ghosts and then became very agitated. Obviously, there was some sort of unwellness of the mind there, shall I say? And I actually started to fear for our safety. So it wasn't the ghost I was worried about. It was the person that we were trying to help. Another time was out at an old abandoned insane asylum, and the people that were coming in to party that night, and the needle stick stuff around the place and broken glass, and that worried me. I don't think I've come across anything super terrifying.
No, but when we go and investigate people's homes or do private investigations of sites, we tend to try and not go into situations when it's dark and when we don't have control over the site, because all you are doing is actually adding that layer of fear or that layer of your senses being super, super heightened because you can't see well, or you don't know who's going to come into the site while you're out there. So your vulnerability is at a high level. And that's not what you want when you are going in to investigate. You don't want to place yourself in a position where you are vulnerable. You're not there to be scared. You're there to investigate, to research, to get information, and to be able to pass that on to whoever has asked you. If you want a thrill, then go on a tour somebody else has organised and get your thrill and get out and go, "Oh, that was really scary." You don't want to be scared. You don't want to be vulnerable, and you don't want to have to come across things that you are not prepared for when you are doing a proper investigation for somebody who has called you in. That is not the right mindset to go into, because you are not giving of your best and you are already biased towards that site when something happens. So best time to do it is often during the day when you have a clear view, or at least when it's quiet and you have people around you with the right equipment. You've gone in with a plan and you have plans to fall back on if certain things occur, so that you are assured that all your attention is going directly to the problem or the issue that has been raised. So from that point of view, no, we really have not been, or I have not been terrified of anything. I've been terrified when I've been put into a vulnerable situation. That scares the shit out of me.
Yep.
And normally that is done by someone who has a heartbeat and is quite human, not by the spirits that we've encountered.
Okay. Sometimes I have prophetic dreams or visions, but they either aren't about anything important or nothing I can actually do anything about, like can't warn people about it, or sometimes it's something that's already happened. What's the point in seeing things if you can't do anything about it?
There is a point. The point is that you do. And, I mean, you could say that about so many things. What's the point of learning how to swim if you're not a fish? What's the point of being a baker if you can't eat bread because you're on keto? There's a whole lot of stuff that you can go, well, what's the point of it if you can't do anything about it? You can actually do things about it from the point of view of, again, putting energy forth into the world that can create a better energetic vibration in the world. And I know that sounds real woo-woo-y, but we can all sit there and mumble and carry on how shit the world is, and we can't do anything about anything, and all that does is just layer more negative energy out there. So every one of us can do the best that we can.
So, and her son, you've got to get out of that negative rut.
You have to get out of that negative rut. And even, Daisy, if you write all of these things down and journal them, you've got something there as a way of showing other people that this is an ability that you have, that is solely yours and is unique and is an amazing gift. Maybe the point is, it is not about you actually doing something about it, but teaching you your own value of yourself, that there is something valuable about you and that you should be caring for yourself even more deeply and profoundly than you do right now.
And maybe, and like I do use the universe, some people call it God or angels or whatever, maybe you have a gift and the universe is saying, hey, you've got this, do you want to do something with it? And if you start taking notice of it, start journaling what's happening, then the universe will go, okay, she is interested in this. Let's give her a little bit more. Let's see what she can handle. And maybe you will start to have visions or prophecies about things you can do something about. But in the meantime, they're giving you things to see how you handle it. So, your choice, my girlfriend. Step up.
But there are a whole lot of different ways, though, that you can use spiritual gifts and just create a better environment around yourself. And that then starts to filter out further and further. So use that, Daisy, as something that you can continue to say to yourself, this is something that is very much me, and I really do need to nurture myself and take care of myself.
Hey, Luke, where is that? The Haunted Wayside Inn. Tell me. Sounds very interesting. Oh, yes, we have been to Arrowdale. Loved it. Wasn't terribly active the night we were there, but I don't care. I just love sitting in those locations and listening to the sounds of the building and hopefully having an experience. We were there with APS, with William Tabone and family. We had the kids in there with us as well. And it was a great night. I was lucky because somebody pulled out at the last minute and I got to go. You look like you're about to say something. No?
Is that the night that we went and I got shoved in the corner? We were all sitting on the floor in that one.
I didn't mean to shove you in the corner. It's just where you belong. Hey, was hanging out with the Buttsman today. He made some bloody good cup of coffee, let me just say.
Just tell everyone who that is in case they don't know.
Isaac Butterfield. He reckons, and I haven't told her this yet, that we should go with the tag, the Ghostbustin' Grannies.
No.
I love it.
No.
I love it, but she keeps going, no.
No.
What do you reckon, guys? Do you reckon it's good?
It's ageist.
No, it's not. We just Ghostbusting
I
Granny.
don't care.
I
don't like
female.
it. No, I don't like it. I don't like the whole female thing, and I don't like the grannies thing.
I love it.
No.
Because it's a GG.
No.
We call it alliteration.
No.
Name the best place I've had coffee lately. Isaac Butterfield's house. Hold off on the fizzy drinks. What's this one? I've been hearing help in my backyard, but no one's there. Maybe it's not in your backyard. Maybe you are hearing that telepathically.
Could be. Noise travels a long way, though, and it's really interesting because when we are in a room and someone hears something, you can guarantee that if there are 10 people in that room, 10 people will point to a different site where that noise came from. It happens all the time. and we'll go, no, it was up there, and someone will say, no, it was behind you. No, it was over there.
And this is one of the things we actually brought up in the Amityville podcast when George was talking about hearing doors banging and music playing and everything. Yeah, we were saying they were on a lake or river or something, and water sound travels so far across there.
Mm.
Yeah, know where it's coming from. It bounces off walls, and you have to listen to the podcast to hear the rest.
Hello, Candy Bear. That's a beautiful name.
If I am at something paranormal like a medium show, I get blinding headaches the whole time I'm there. When I leave, I feel drained, but the headaches leave quickly. That's the people around you. That's the psychic vampires who are draining the life force from you.
Who are saying,
I'm not joking.
Read
I'm so spiritual.
Read me!
Look at the size of my crystal around my neck. I'm spiritual. Here. Seriously, you go there, and you've got these people that have got crystals around their neck, and they're like that size, and they're going, oh, I'm getting messages from my spirit team for you. And you think, all I can do is look at them and say, your neck must be killing you, carrying that rock around your neck.
Oh my God.
I mean, I love a good crystal, but seriously.
Yeah, Mel. It's all of that in a very small place. You've got all of those people,
Special people
who are going, please read me, and you're in amongst all of that energy, and it can be really draining. Sorry.
Oh, Jess, I would have liked to know what was going on with your strange encounters. Yeah, we've got, at the moment, we've probably got about 20 people we've got to reply to from...
I replied to all of them.
Oh, did
today.
you? Bless you. They've got so many inquiries after the weekend sunrise show. Some very unusual ones as well.
Jess, I hope you're feeling a lot better in your new place. That's the most important thing.
Oh, yeah, you were talking about that, Maxine. All right, let me... I have noticed when I'm tired that my sixth sense works overtime.
Well, that's interesting, because normally when you're tired, your sixth sense shuts down and goes, nope, you need a rest.
It gives the power to the rest of your senses. It's very interesting,
Very
Julianne.
interesting, Julie.
My brother died 4 years ago. Now I've been dreaming about him a lot lately. I feel he has a message for me, but as soon as I get near him, I wake up. I've been told that if I get near and touch him, that I will die.
Oh, for freak's sake.
No.
Oh, no.
Is this the case?
No, Candy.
No, you go and give a hug to him. That's probably what's making you pull back from getting your message, because you're worried about if you touch him, you're going to die.
Oh, what a whole lot of shit.
I hate people
that
that give messages like that. It really pisses me off. Joe, the ghost hunting apps, yes, I use them. We have a lot of success with one of them. I think it's how it's being used. If you're using them for EMF meters, then that's wrong, because your phone is full of EMF and it's going to give you false readings. The ones that are the ghost radars are just shit. And the ones that I like, and you use as well, are the ones that jumble up the words and play them backwards. So it's like all this random chaos of sounds. We put people on headphones, and they just call out what they think they hear, and we ask questions, and if it matches up, then that's something really interesting.
For me, how it is that it kind of creates like a white noise level, and then what I'm actually listening for is above that. So even though I'm hearing things and hearing the words or the mumbled noises on that white noise level, I feel like that actually becomes a barrier and allows me to hear what's actually coming through, which is quite interesting, because I then kind of can pull out full sentences and things. So I'm kind of listening but not listening to it. So your conscious mind is busy listening to that stuff, but your subconscious mind dips into the information that's actually coming through. So that's how I seem to use it, and it works for me. So those apps that jumble up the words and put them in upside down can work.
And just make sure that they do not require access to your microphone, and they do not require access to your location. If they require access to your microphone, they will be Somebody nice gave me that. I'll put it out for you to use.
Oh, thank you.
Let's face it, you need it. Yeah, so if it uses your microphone, it's listening for words that you are saying and will repeat them back. So you think you're getting hits. I just said that and it's saying it back. If it's getting your location, then it will be looking at the fact that you're visiting a jail, and it will start to give you words, something to do with jail. So get rid of those things, and some of them are quite useful.
Lorraine, have we investigated the Old Morpeth courthouse?
I've had lunch there.
No, I would like to.
I'd like to buy the place.
I've been told I shouldn't be there by someone.
Bugger that, I'll go in.
Because I'm treading on their toes, but never mind. We probably will get there at some point in time.
How can you tell if there are spirits around you, and how can you tell if they're good ones or evil ones? Good question, Erin.
Well, Erin, evil ones will tell you to do things that you would normally not want to do. Okay, so they'll tell you, oh, go and stand in front of that car, or go and, whatever it might be. That's really stupid and ridiculous, and you know that normally you shouldn't be doing that. So they're there to literally to tempt you to do something that's really
or
weird.
to make you not believe in yourself, that you're not good enough.
Yeah, jumble up your mind and make you feel horrible about yourself.
Have a cup of coffee and lie down, you'll be fine.
Yeah, but yeah, good ones don't do that.
And how can you tell?
Depends on how you feel.
Yeah.
Okay, you're supposed to feel uplifted and not drawn down, or feel as though you are exhausted. So like they're taking your energy from you.
And good on you, Maria. Well done. I wish you all the best and all the strength of mind that you will require to get through this. And remember, if you stumble, it's only a small stumble, you just get back straight away. It's not an excuse to chuck it in altogether. Your answer resonates. Thank you. Kat, have we been to Tassie? We were meant to come down to Tassie in April, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And run some workshops at the Tench and run a ghost tour that night. And the year before we were at Willow Court and we ran some workshops and ran some investigations alongside Tasmania's Most Haunted there. So we love Tassie, and we were gutted we couldn't come. So we'll be back. Love it. I think you mean Junee. Yes, we have. We've been there once this year already, and we are going back later this year for a Christmas party, as you do. Oh, thank you, Christine. Oh, look, they're all saying, no, Renata's not a granny. No, don't like it. Better than old hags. Actually, I like old hags. Can we go old hags?
No.
Craig says it's a great name.
No, Craig. No. No.
Lisa says, please stop changing your name. She's had enough. We've got it sorted out. It's Anne and Renata. It's just Anne and Renata.
This year has been a year of traumatic change for all of us. What we started with this year, it's definitely not what we have right now in November. It has been so completely, absolutely turned on its head.
Swearing sisters.
No. We're just going to stay the way it is now.
Okay, just Anne and Renata. All right.
Yep.
I know, I'm just naughty, Lisa. Found a knife. Okay. Found a knife in the middle of my kitchen floor. Not idea where it came from. Got yelled at multiple times by a woman and a man. Felt someone blowing on my face and heard footsteps next to my bed at night. Absolute crazy. So do you live alone, or have you got a lot of people living there with you?
And did you move into a house that has a history? Where did all of this start, Jess? We would like to know some more.
Oh, Jess says she's so much more relaxed in her new house.
Right, okay.
Sorry,
okay.
in context now.
Right, okay. Of course, yes, you would be, Jess. Yeah.
Yes, I just had the elbow grease out. You loving? Oh, thank you, Lorraine. So she's loving or mobbing the Q&A nights. Our next podcast is apparently being launched or released Thursday. Which means we have to get the third one done quick. They've decided that it's going so well that they're going to put them out weekly, which we're just going,
No.
there's so many hours of research. So the next one is the Blackfriar Pontefract Poltergeist Haunting.
Oh, that's a beauty. That's really cool because we were
yeah.
there.
Yeah,
We were there. And so we got to go into the sites that they say are incredibly haunted. Like in the story of the Blackfriar from Pontefract.
The Poltergeist of Pontefract.
Yeah, that's the one. They have a little room which they called the coal hole. And the gentleman that lived there worked in the mines. So he was allowed to get coal for free for the family. And they put the coal into this little room, which is off the kitchen. And that is allegedly supposed to be one of the most haunted places in the whole house. Most haunted was there, and Yvette Fielding.
Not when we were there.
Yvette Fielding and one of the camera people, I
the
think,
screamer
went in there, and apparently they had a experience,
conniption?
an experience that shocked them for the rest of their lives. And I went there and I sat on the chair and they closed the door and I got nothing.
Maybe the ghosties didn't want to talk to you.
No, maybe. Maybe the lady next door had gone off for a cigarette for a while.
And I sat on the stairs and begged them to throw something at me and nothing happened. But as we said, oh no, we won't. We'll let you listen to the podcast. Yeah, don't.
That's a good one.
It's a good one. And I think the third one's going to be even better.
Oh, it's a beauty.
She doesn't know half the stuff I've got on this. I said, I'm not going to
beauty.
read it out to you because I just want you to hear it when we record it and get your reaction because there's some crackers in there.
It's nothing like you think. We hear all of these stories and we only hear bits of the story, and then it's like yesterday's news. But it is always...
We're digging.
It is always something that takes you down the rabbit hole.
We don't just tell you the story. The actual story part of it is a very small part.
It's a story behind the story.
Yeah. So if you like true crime, you'll like this stuff. Yeah, look, we'll head back down to Tassie and we'll be doing stuff down there for sure. We were meant to have some tours over in Perth that we'd organise as well. We're actually going to stay at that place down south of Perth, Fairbridge. We're going to stay in one of the most haunted houses there with a whole hoop of people. And yeah, it all got cancelled. Thank you, COVID. We are coming back. Yeah, we're lucky, but we're also slightly crazy. We've worked
given up a
fucking
lot.
hard.
We've given up a lot to do this,
Yeah.
Including actually making money from a real job.
Yep. Yep. I could have had a whole career as a high school teacher, and nope, that is not for me. Beechworth Asylum, yep. Want to go there? It's on my list.
We'll come and stay with you, Joe, when we go to Beechworth. How about that?
What's this? The Rising Sun at Millfield.
Yeah.
What's that?
We pass it every time we go out to Wollongby. It's on the left-hand side.
What is it?
One of the old convict overseas had it for a while.
Yeah.
He was the one that they strung up in the middle of the street because he was such a bastard.
Oh, wow.
And then he went out to Millfield and opened up the Rising Sun.
Is it a Chinese restaurant?
No, it's now a museum, but it
Oh.
was a old...
Oops. Culturally incorrect there. Inappropriate. I'll just remove my foot from my mouth. It could have been a brothel. It is the house of New Orleans. They call the rising sun.
No, it was a kind of a pub thing for a while. Yeah. It would, yes, it's very interesting. Very interesting.
Hi, Liz, all the way from Norfolk Island. Someone was blowing on a face. Yeah, I made that mistake one tour where I said, I just felt someone blow in my ear. Everybody lost their shit.
Yeah.
Not that sort of blow.
No.
I think May, she's enjoying it as well. What's this one? Valerie, I watched another team from the US go there. Apparently the fella took on an attachment and took it back with him.
Is this from the
Nick, it would have been
place?
Nick Groff.
Yeah.
It
Maybe.
makes good TV. This is what you all have to remember. It makes good TV. And this is what we look at in our podcast. Who has something to benefit from the stories that are being told? And I'm not saying he didn't, but, you know, anyway. Yeah, I like that. If it screams more than anything. More than anyone and more than anything.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. And, of course, we have the whole Derek Okora. Search on YouTube for those who haven't had that experience yet. Derek Okora, Mary Loves Dick. It's the funniest thing you'll ever see. It was the setup. Yeah, Derek Okora.
Norfolk Island. We
passed
want
away
to come back there. Yes, Liz.
Yeah, we had to cancel the trip.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll be back there soon.
No, not Fairbridge Farm near Orange. This is in Western Australia, south of Perth. This one is Fairbridge Village, I think it's called. Yes, we have done the asylum. We have done the jail there as well. It's fantastic. Yep. What's the one place you want to investigate but haven't yet or want to go back? I know the answer to this.
Oh, you'll say that big asylum place, won't you? Oh, okay.
Where's yours?
I don't know. I don't have a, oh, I wish I could go there place.
Stanley Hotel, Estes Park.
Again?
I want to go back. I want to go back so bad. I love that place so much. It's huge, it's beautiful, it's so active, and if you walk outside at night, you can get killed by animals.
I'd love to, and I know we were planning to go there, I'd love to visit all the places in New Orleans that are haunted.
Yeah.
Would love to. Oh! Anne and Renata Good, New Orleans. Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and that was on our list to do in New Orleans with Myrtle's Plantation.
Berry Park House, Morpeth, Jenny Pearson. Where's that?
Have to tell us more about that one. Quarantine station in Victoria. Oh, yes, please. We'll come visit Erin.
Absolutely.
As soon as we can get there. We are going to be heading up to Queensland in a week or two.
For the end of the year, yes.
We've got some meetings up there and a few things we have to do. We might see if we can stay an extra night or two and
yes, so if there's anywhere up near where we would be going, Brisbane?
it's assumed near Brisbane, Sunshine Coast.
Yeah, anywhere near Brizzy that's haunted, let us know. We'll head in and do a tour and a live for you.
Oh, have you been to the jail there, the Bogo Road?
Bogo Road.
Buy one get one. Bogo. I have. It's not a ghost tour, but it's a night tour, and they tell you about the ghosts, but you can't investigate or do anything. But it's still a very interesting thing. I want to go back to Loftus Hall. That is on my list, but we might not actually get the chance to do that. Waverley Hills, yes. Hill End I haven't got to, but I've heard awesome stuff about it. Did we get to Hill End?
No. Pete's doing tours out there at the moment, though.
Yeah, I've been to Tombstone, Arizona, and we did the Birdcage Theatre and the Occidental Theatre, which became like a morgue, and they were fantastic.
Walner's Estate, Tasmania.
Dracula's Castle we've been to as well. I've been everywhere, man. You know, Renata and I save every little penny we can possibly get. We tuck it away, and all we want to do is travel to as many haunted locations as we possibly can. And that's what we've been doing.
Except for this year.
Except for this year, where they killed 3 international trips. But my ultimate goal would be to be paid to travel. I'm just putting that thought out to the universe.
Woolmer's Estate,
Where's
Tasmania. That's interesting.
Where's that one?
That's Liz. Woolmer's Estate, Tasmania.
Oh.
Mm.
Gladesville Hospital. I haven't been to Gladesville, but I've been to Ward 17 at the asylum at Callan Park, which I think they've stopped doing that now. Oh, that's a point. Okay. Gympie Pyramid. No, I haven't heard of that. Is that something you dress up with bondage gear in a pyramid or something, Jodie? I suppose you'd know about that. Lisa's up near the Sunshine Coast. Cool. Trial Bay. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed yourself, Rochelle. It was great. I loved at the end. Everyone said, can we get photos? We're getting photos with everyone. Post some of your photos up for those who are at the Maitland Jail. Some of them have already gone up there. Fantastic. And Linda. We got to meet Linda. Lithgow's, yeah, I believe Pete's running tours there as well. Is that Pete or is that you guys? Because we'd love to go. My husband's going to Lithgow next week. You can have him.
We need to finish.
Oh shit! No, we've still got a couple of minutes. I'm at the end. Okay. What about Clifton House in Lochinvar?
Clifton House. Hmm.
We're
Have to
learning.
look at that one.
Learning so many new things.
Let me Google that one.
Yeah. And London did some tours. Never been so chilled. Yes, the age of London and the history of the pain people went through and look at you all guys, you've given us some good stuff here. Serviceton Railway Station, Victoria's Haunted Casper. Have done some there. How long have we worked together, Renata?
Oh, that looks nice.
You got a question there, Renata.
Sorry, I'm looking at a haunted place. Don't distract me.
How long have we worked together? How many years now? I've been doing
3
this
or
10 years.
4.
No, it's more than that because some of the pictures we're looking at for the cruises were like 5 years old. You said the other day we've been doing Maitland Jail for 4 to 5 years.
Yeah, it'd be about 5
So
years.
it must be at least 5 years. Feels like forever, but we came together after we'd both been burned by a lot of people who think differently to us, and we learned a lot of lessons on the way. And that's why I say to people that if you feel that you are not getting on with your team, don't be frightened to leave. It just means that you're heading in a different direction to them, and the right people will be waiting to meet you, or it might be time for you to fly on your own, like Beth did. Beth went out on her own and has done brilliantly. So you don't even need to have a team. It's just more for safety when you're going out to locations to take a friend with you. But I am so thankful that Renata finally got me, poached me.
It took a while.
She had her eyes on me, apparently. She must have fancied me from a long time ago. We seem to get on really, really well. She puts up with my snoring and doesn't complain. The Esplanade Hotel in Frio. No, I haven't done that one either.
Great places. We'll make a list of all of these.
Yeah. Yeah, synchronicity, exactly. It happened, I think we both needed to have some personal development of our own. We both needed lessons that we had to learn so that we would be grateful for each other and also accepting of each other's flaws.
I didn't want to learn those lessons. I've had enough lessons. I don't want any more.
We just party now.
I don't want any more
You
lessons.
guys have got no idea. When we go on road trips together, we just laugh. We laugh all the way. It is the funniest thing. I keep saying they need to set up GoPro cameras in our car just to capture the conversations that go on. It's ridiculous. Anyway,
Yes,
we're going to end up. The new podcast is coming out Thursday, but in the meantime, please listen to the one that we've got if you haven't already. And please, if you're on iTunes, you have an iPhone or an iPad, because you need one of those things to access the stuff. Could you please leave a nice review for us? A big number review.
True Hauntings.
True Hauntings.
iPhones, Spotify, iTunes, Spotify. Leave us a review. We love ya.
Yeah. Thank you guys for supporting us. We can't do anything without you guys. So we will sign out and we will see you Thursday night.
And in 2 weeks we have a special tarot night from a special site.
Oh, yes, we do too.
Yes.
Thursday week. And
This weekend. This weekend.
Oh, Friday night. There's still spots left, isn't there? Aiden, if you're still watching, you were asking about it.
No, Friday night is Maitland Jail.
Oh, that's sold out. Sorry.
That's sold out, but there are still just 1 or 2 spots left for Wallenby. Actually, we had a big sales over the weekend.
This was a pop-up tour because they'd been selling out so much. We did a little pop-up tour, so it only went up like a week or so ago, so you're very lucky that there's anything left.
And I've added 2 tickets to the Stroud tour and 2 tickets to Grosman House.
Because we've allowed bigger numbers
now. They are now also for sale. So 2 tickets to the Grosman House tour and 2 tickets to Stroud. And Maitland Jail are all also lifting their numbers back up to 25. So if previously some of the dates have been not Dubbo yet, John, sorry, can't still get there. We're trying to get there very, very shortly. If some of the Maitland Jail ghost tours have appeared as booked out, they have added more places. So try them again.
Yep. And there was one other thing I was going to say too, and I've completely forgotten now. Oh, we're going to be starting the Australian School of Ghost Hunting. We will have another workshop, which we are just going to try and organise a date for, which will be spirit boards. All about spirit boards, a little bit of history and how to use them. And
safely.
Yeah, and all the rubbish that goes on from people telling you bullshit. Anyway, yeah, you have to go on the Maitland one. See you all on the dark side. Thanks for joining us tonight. Bye.